Shall we start?
Yes.
Okay. Let's discuss rest of the houses from 7 to 10, 12 using Lata Mangeshkar's chart. Okay, na? Now,
Okay.
tell me what do you observe in this chart? What is so prominent?
This
What do you
is
observe? Which are the strong
Vrishaba Lagna.
houses?
Mithuna Lagna.
Huh?
Mithuna Lagna.
Mithuna Lagna. Okay, fine. Mithuna Lagna.
And what to say? Karkat Rashi.
Okay, fine. Karkatak Rashi. But tell me the strong points. What are the positives?
Positives. Venus in his house.
No. That's not a positive.
And
That's not a positive. Tell me the positive, strong points in this chart. This is Lata Mangeshkar's chart. Tell the strong points. What you find
Saturn
to
is
exceptionally good.
Saturn is aspecting Lagna.
Saturn
Saturn is aspecting
aspecting
Lagna.
Lagna. Okay. Saturn is also the 8th lord, so that's not a very good thing actually. It's a negative point. See, Saturn is the owner of the 8th and 9th house. 8th house aspecting Lagna is not, in terms of longevity, it is good. We'll touch longevity, discuss that also. But as such, when 8th lord aspects the Lagna, the person will have a lot of hardships and challenges in his life. That is flip side of 8th house. 8th house will give you a lot of positive things. But when a strong 8th house is there, or 8th house is aspecting Lagna or Lagna lord or moon, it gives a lot of challenges, lot of hardships. The person has to, reinvent himself, motivate himself every time. Tell me the strongest point. Strongest.
Sun and Mercury in sixth point.
Sorry, Sun and Mercury. Okay, what is Sun and Mercury called?
In fourth house.
In 4th house
Sun
in
and
Virgo.
Mercury in fourth house.
What is this particular combination called?
Budaditya.
Budaditya Yoga. Sun and Mercury combination, Budaditya Yoga. That's very good. And anything else?
Venus is there. Rahu is in 11th house.
Sir, Mercury is exalted,
Second
sir.
house.
You are looking at Budaditya
Mercury is
Yoga, but
exalted.
Mercury is exalted in Virgo. Any
Kanya,
other?
Kanya Rashi. But yes.
Yeah, and also with Sun.
Yes.
So fantastic yoga in 4th house. Fantastic. Okay, Sun Mercury conjunction only will make the person very intelligent. So over that, the Mercury is exalted. Like in Mukesh Ambani's charts, Budaditya Yoga was happening, but Sun was exalted. Look at this. Here, Budaditya Yoga is happening.
Yes.
This itself is a fantastic yoga. When Budaditya Yoga happens, the person has exceptional intelligence. Like I have that yoga. He has very good intelligence. And that too, when one of the two planets, Sun and Mercury, one of them are exalted, then it's even Sone Pe Suhaga. It's fantastic, mind-blowing combination. Here, Budaditya Yoga is happening and Sun is exalted. Here, Budaditya Yoga is happening, Mercury is exalted. Okay, and Mercury is Mercury is for what? What is the purpose of Mercury? In Kalpurush.
For calculations, everything.
Yes, calculations and
Even including
there are so many things.
various calculations.
Many things are there, but how do we pinpoint? Which of the results will be more relevant? Mercury is for calculation, intelligence, communication, maternal uncles, relatives in general, by using Nadi system. Okay, so many things are there. But for her, what will be applicable? 4th house, it is sitting in 4th house and exalting the 4th house. Okay, so that means she will have lot of real estate.
Mother, no?
Yes, she'll have very supportive mother, very good mother. Okay, and 4th house is also the real estate property.
Yes, real estate.
Real estate property. So she will have lot of real estate property, and obviously she has crores and crores of property. By the time, she died, she had hundreds of crores of property. She is Nightingale of India, awarded Bharat Ratna. Okay, fantastic property, cars, vehicles, Mercedes, you name it, she had it. Okay, now let's go little more in depth. Now Mercury is the fourth lord, and what is Sun?
Sun is fifth lord.
Sun is no, it's not the fifth lord. It is the lord of the fifth Rashi. It is the third lord.
Fifth Rashi.
Fifth Rashi, third lord. Okay. Now third lord. See, this is how you analyze. Third lord is sitting with fourth lord. Fourth house is intelligence, education, and third house is what? Communication.
Yes, courage.
Yes, courage, but communication. Okay. Now communication. So she has learned something about communication. About communication, it could be journalism also. It need not be music. See, that's how you come closer and closer and closer. You narrow it down to 2-3 options. Okay. So when I say communication, it need not be music. It can be journalism also. It can be doing a degree in mass communication. Okay. It can be English speaking, spoken English, communication. It can be writing also. Third house. Okay, now what is the nature of this third house? That's what you look at it. Then you analyze what is this third house contributing to the chart. What is the nature of
younger
this?
Younger sisters.
Yes, younger sisters, yes. In terms of communication, I'm asking. In terms of communication, what is the nature of this? See, first of all, Leo. Leo means what? Power, government. Okay?
Power.
Leo also means, see, when you look at the sky, there, all the grahas and planets and stars and everything is there. Which is the one which shines the most during the daytime?
Moon only. Sun is daytime. Moon will be nighttime.
Nighttime, correct. So daytime sun, all the film actors, they shine. Out of the thousands and millions of people, they shine. They have the limelight. Film industry, Leo is very, very important. Kareena Kapoor and so many actresses. Either they will have the 10th house as Leo, okay, or Lagna as Leo, or moon sign or sun sign as Leo. Leo will come because Leo is the limelight. You're shining out of the millions and crores of people. Your single person are shining. Okay, so here when Leo is there, so we can have 2-3 possibilities. One is she can be into films. Okay, she's in the limelight, or she can be into government, right? But something related to communication, because exalted Mercury is there. It could be communication. Also, she could be a CA. If I look at this chart without knowing that she's a Lata Mangeskar, a phenomenal singer, I can also say that this could be chart of a CA, a government IT officer, a government chartered accountant. I can say that. But now you have to study the chart. That's one of the possibilities. Study the chart. How is the second house? A third house? What is sitting? This is called disposition theory. This is proposed by J.N. Bashin. When you are trying to assess the strength of planets, the nature of planets, the DNA of the planet, their DNA will be proportional to the houses which it owns. Okay? Sun is owning Leo. Now Leo, who is sitting in Leo?
Venus.
Venus isn't Venus an artistic sign?
Yes.
Art, music, So her communication will be artistic. See, when I say communication, even an anchor can be a communicator. A singer can be a communicator. A poet can be a communicator. Arnab Goswami is also a communicator. He communicates. But there is a difference, right? When we look at Arnab Goswami's chart and Lata Mangeskar chart, his mode of communication is, reading out the news, and her mode of communication is singing. So there is in the DNA of Leo, there is Venus which is being imbibed. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
There is artisticness. Now look at the second house. You have neglected the second house. First you should have told the second house. Most important.
Second house on there. Moon is there.
Moon is there in what dignity, what position, what condition?
Own house.
Swarashi, its own sign.
Own sign.
Okay, own sign. So moon is a very, very powerful moon she has in the second house. What all are the aspects which the second house signify?
three F's: family, finance, space.
Finance, face, voice, family. Okay? Correct? Sir,
Correct.
you there, sir? Can you hear me? So
Yes,
voice
yes, yes.
has,
I am here.
yeah, voice has come here. So moon, now tell me the nature of moon. What is the nature of moon?
Cool.
Yeah, cool, but it's an artistic planet. It's a feminine planet. It's an emotional
Yes,
emotions.
yes.
Moon is emotions. So can I say that her
Emotions.
voice?
Moon is emotions.
Yes, her voice will be very artistic, very sweet. Obviously,
Yes.
whenever Moon and Venus are involved, there is a feminine aspect, artistic aspect, too much of artistic aspect. The two both planets are there, and the two Venus is in Leo, which is the limelight, and Mercury is exalted. Okay, see, if you look at it physiologically, this is the throat, this is the neck, this is the chest. If I'm able, see, this is how
Yes.
you measure. You are like a doctor now. You're an astrologer, but you're like a doctor. She has a very strong throat, vocal cords. She has a, this is the shoulders, the upper part. This is the chest. All these organs are important for, when you have to be a great singer. These organs have to be strong. You understand? The voice cords, the neck, the throat, the way you sing, the lungs and diaphragm, all these upper chest organs have to be very strong. Then only, because physically you have to be strong, then only you will be able to sing. You will have that kind of a voice. You will be
Yes.
able to sing for hours. You understand? If I'm looking at an army
Yes.
officers,
Yes.
if I look at Sachin Tendulkar's chart, he will have a very strong forearms. You understand? Because his main game is with the hands. So I will look at his third house and the 11th house. They are very, very strong.
Okay.
You understand? If I'm looking at an athlete, then
Ah.
I look at his legs. That's how deeply you have to go into the chart. Then you will understand. Then you will analyze. So there is Venus over here. Okay, Venus is giving her the artisticness. Moon is giving her. Moon in Swarashi is fantastically strong, giving her a very good artistic voice, exalted communication, and in that communication there is a DNA of art. So obviously she is likely to be a singer. And again, Sun is limelight. For all the actors, Sun is limelight. When Sun is strong, remember this point: when its tongue is strong, either that person will be a film star, or he'll be a politician or a government officer, or he will be a doctor. Remember this.
Wherever it is, in which house it is.
Wherever it is, when Sun is very, very strong in its own sign, in its own Rashi, exaltation, forming a Buddhadit yoga, forming very positive yogs, that person will be a politician or a government officer. Okay, that means he'll be power in government. That person may be a doctor. Okay, if Mars is involved, then a surgeon, or that person will be a film star. You look at Hrithik Roshan's.
But then in my chart, 11th house is Mars and Sun is exalted. Then what?
That you may get into government. I told you, no. Over time you may get, or you may get into politics also. We never know. Right? A strong. See, Sun means what? King. You will become king of your field. See, Lata Mangeskar, undoubtedly we can say she's the king or queen of the, in the singing field, in the music industry. She ruled. She ruled. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
So a strong Sun, because see, here Sun is sitting in the house of a friend, sitting in the Kendra Sthan, sitting with exalted Kendra Lord. Are you able to see? There are many more things. If I look at the
Yes,
nakshatra,
sir.
if I look at the navamsha, if I look at the dashamsha, more things will be revealed. This is tip of the iceberg. But if you analyze D1 chart properly, just the D1 chart, so much you will get. This is just tip of the iceberg. There are more divisional charts, Ashtag Varga, Digbal, and so many things. Shodash Varga,
Okay.
KP, Nakshatra, Upanakshatra. But I'm just telling, just analyze the D1 chart correctly. That's enough. You'll get the correct analysis. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jupiter is aspecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jupiter and Sun are very good friends. Jupiter being the 10th lord. So she will do something related to communication, artistic communication. You understand? Sun and Mercury are giving ninth aspect. Here 7, 8, 9. Ninth aspect. Sun and Mercury are giving ninth aspect. Jupiter is giving fifth aspect. So the profession will be something related to communication and artistic communication at an exalted level, at a very, very high level. Because Mercury is exalted. You understand? Mercury is exalted. So at a very high level. Okay? You got it till here? Now let's look at the
Yes.
7th house. Okay? Let's look at the 8th house. Till 7 yesterday we completed. Let's look at, we'll come to 7. There are very important things to discuss about 7. Her marriage and other things. Let's look at the 8th house. What does 8th house signify? I told you.
House. Markasthana.
Yeah. Okay. Trig house. One of the trig houses 6, 8, 12. Okay. And challenges and hardships and what else?
Yes.
8th house represents your longevity. Very, very important. 8th house represents your challenges. 8th house represents your in-laws. Okay?
Okay. Strong.
8th house represents insurance. 8th house represents dowry. 8th house represents unearned wealth, ancestral wealth. Okay? Now 8th house lord sitting in the
But there are
7th house.
no persons are there. No grahas are there.
No grahas are there. Fine. No grahas. Okay, 8th house. But again, Jupiter is aspecting the 8th house, na? So Jupiter is, controlling the 8th house. It's not allowing the difficulties to be very, very bad. A malefic would be aspecting the 8th house, then life would be hell. Some Rahu sitting in bad dignity. Here Rahu would be exalted. But suppose Neech Rahu is sitting and looking at the 8th house, the life would have been our hell. Here Jupiter is controlling the 8th house, not allowing the challenges to be, speed breakers to be many in life. Do you understand? That's how you see.
Sir, in one, that means 159.
No, ninth aspect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ninth aspect Jupiter is giving, controlling the.
That's it. 159. 159.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Now 8th lord sitting in, 7th house. What does it say? And that is being aspected by trine aspect by Rahu and Venus. See, Rahu is giving ninth aspect, Venus is giving 5th aspect. Okay, what's happening to this? Okay, the 7th lord is sitting in the 12th house. Jupiter sitting in, what is this Rashi over here? Where is Jupiter? Which Rashi it's sitting?
Vrishabha Rashi.
Vrishabha Rashi, is it in a friendly sign, enemy sign, or a neutral sign?
Shukra Rashi, Jupiter is enemy sign, I think.
Huh?
Enemy sign, sir.
Enemy sign.
Enemy sign.
The 7th lord sitting in a trig sthan, in enemy sign. Hasn't the 7th lord become very weak? You understand? The 7th lord sitting in the 12th house, a bad house, in enemy sign. See, when there are multiple hits, to that particular aspect of your life, the planet is also bad, the house is also bad, the nakshatra is also bad, the aspects are also bad. Either that event will not happen, or if it will happen, it will not persist. 7th house, and that too, 8th lord sitting in the 7th house. Okay, 8th house Saturn, philosophical planet. Now, but the good thing is, now good or bad, you should tell me. Venus is giving an aspect, but Venus is good for marriage, no? We all know that Lata Mangeskar didn't marry. Right? She was not never married. So, but Venus is aspecting the 7th lord. So, Venus is the Karaka for marriage, no? Why didn't it happen?
because Saturn is there, that's why.
Saturn is
Rahu
there.
is there. Ninth.
Saturn is there, Rahu is there. Okay, Venus being the fifth lord, it is still adding some strength. But Venus, what is the strength of Venus over here? Venus is sitting in Leo in third house. Bhavat Bhavam. Third house is again dangerous house if I am looking at the dignity of it. Venus, the way Jupiter is weak in Vrishabha, Venus is weak in Simha. Venus is becoming weak. See, certain planets are very good for marriage, but not good for career. Certain planets are very good for career, but not good for marriage. For example, a sun in fifth house will make the person extremely good in profession. Of course, that has to be a good house, either neutral house or Swarashi or exalted house. It makes the person very good in career, communication, intelligence. But for deliveries, for pregnancy, sun makes that house very infertile, barren. When sun sits there, abortions happen, miscarriage happen. But whereas the same sun, fifth house. Whereas the same sun give him a fantastic career in fifth house because it's the Trikona Sthana. Even in Shatrurashi, it will give 60-70% strength. He will do really well. If it's a Mitra Rashi and if it's a exaltation, then forget it. He'll be a top player, top notch. But the same house for a lady particularly, fifth house sun will give miscarriage or complications in delivery. So a planet for
because
each...
fifth house is for children.
Children, na? Santanasthana. So here Venus is definitely good for career in Leo. But Venus in Leo doesn't have strength. And that too, Rahu is aspecting Venus. You look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again another hammer stroke. It is sitting in an enemy house and another hammer stroke by Rahu and another hammer stroke by Saturn. If I analyze Venus, Saturn is giving 9th aspect, Rahu is giving 5th aspect, Venus is becoming very weak. See, this is the Nadi way of analysis. In Nadi we only look at Venus. For Saturn we only look at profession, we look at only Saturn. Okay? So if I want to look at the way, analyze it through Nadi principles, then I only look at Venus sitting in the Shetru Rashi, aspected by Rahu and Saturn. The person will not get married, or if the person gets married, the marriage will not last. Okay, if I look at the Parashari system, the 7th lord sitting in the 12th house, it's already weak. Okay, it is, and the 8th lord sitting in the 7th house is destroying the house. Saturn makes it dysfunctional, weak. Wherever Saturn sits, that particular house, that organs, yes, that's right. That organs, it makes it dysfunctional. A Saturn for a male chart sitting in the 7th house will make the male, impotent. Not necessarily. Again, if there's a benefic aspect, then he'll be alright. You have to understand. Without any other benefic aspect, Saturn sits there, and even that too, it's not a Mitra Rashi, then there is a good chance of impotency. Wherever Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, these kind of planets sit, those organs also, there will be problem. You understand? Okay? Now that is good. That is there. Now this is the negative aspect of Saturn. Now the Saturn's positive aspect, the flip side is Saturn is looking at the Lagna. Do you see? The 8th lord is looking at the Lagna. That gives challenges with regard to marriage. Agreed. Because 8th house is challenges, 7th house is marriage, Lagna is your body. So challenges, your mind, your head, the upper part of the head. So definitely challenges regarding the marriage she must have faced. But what is happening? What are the two houses very, very important for longevity? Are you?
8th house.
First house and 8th house.
And first house.
First house and 8th house. Okay? Now, the 8th lord is aspecting the first house. And the first lord is getting exalted and forming a Buddhaditya Yoga in a Kendristan. The first lord is getting exalted and in the Kendra house and forming a Buddhaditya Yoga, sitting with his friend. And aspected by Guru, who is the Atmakaraka, natural Atmakaraka, though from the 12th house. And in addition, the eighth lord is aspecting the first house, the lagna, the body. So what can you say about the longevity of such a person?
Yes.
Sorry?
Long
Fantastic.
life.
Mind blowing. Mind blowing longevity. The person will have a long life, long and healthy life.
Yes.
She died at the age of 92.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? She died at the age of 92. See,
Yes.
when you're looking for charts, and particularly for marriage, okay, particularly for the when you're proposing marriage, I mean, you're looking for the groom for a girl, you have to look at the boy's longevity. Now, what is the point? A girl gets married and enters a household, and the husband, the married life is good, the points are good. She's getting 30 out of 36 points. Good, अच्छे मिल रहे. But what is the point? That fellow dies early. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Particularly for,
If he lives also, no, sir, if he lives also, if he lives with all these diseases, then what?
I'm sorry, all
With diseases.
disease, correct. Disease also. So longevity is important.
If he is living longevity, but with diseases, then what?
Yeah. Then also you don't say yes to the match. See, if the longevity is there, and first house is afflicted by planet, then he will have diseases. And again, you check the dasha. If the 6th house lord or 11th house lord is getting activated at the last phase, definitely the person will have a long life, but he will have diseases. Okay, but you should be able to assess at least approximately whether that person will have a alpayu, madhyayu or purnayu. Alpayu is something less than 33. Madhyayu is 33 to 66. And purnayu 66 to say 93, 99. Okay, she lived till the age of 92. It's a very important lesson to be learned in this case study is when the first lord is getting exalted in the Kendrasthana or Trikonasthana, and the 8th house lord is also of above average dignity, the person will have a long life.
Okay.
You understand? And see,
Who is short lives?
short life reverse. First house is debilitated, and 8th house lord also is hammered. 8th house is also debilitated in a Shatru Rashi. The person will die soon. Or again, see, there is elaborate calculations for that. That kaksha means adding 1 points, and exactly do that, and you will come to an approximate within 2 to 5 years of this thing. You will get calculation. You will get this person will live from 52 to 55, like that much. But it's very elaborate.
How?
See, it's very elaborate. You have to consider Ashtak Varga and take this chart and take divisional charts. It's a very long calculation. But you don't need to go through all that. In Nadi also there are very short techniques. In Parashara also very short techniques. Just look at the strength of the first lord and the 9th lord. Sorry, 8th lord. And you can say, with practice you can say. Okay, na? So longevity, 8th house is very important aspect now. Here, one of the 7th and 8th. See, 7th house you understood why the marriage didn't happen. Because if I look at because you have to see 2 ways you have to always analyze. One, analyze Venus. One, analyze the 7th lord. If 7th lord is totally thukawa, matlab totally beaten up, and Venus is strong, still the person will have a good marriage. Because Venus is the natural karaka of marriage, na? The 7th lord is destroyed, but Venus is still very strong. Still, the person will have 60%, 70% strength in the marriage. Okay, so if I only analyze Venus is hammered by Rahu and Saturn, giving the 5th and 9th aspect, sitting in a Shatru Rashi, so there is no chance. Okay, and if you look at the 7th lord, then 7th lord, Venus is the 5th lord. Okay, and the 12th lord. See, again, 5th lord is positive, but 5th lord is having Mars and Ketu. Mars is the 6th house, 6th lord, and Ketu is Ketu. Ketu will create disinterest in marriage, sannyasi. So, if I look at the characteristics of the 5th house, this person will not have interest in having affairs also, though it is Tula Rashi. Generally, Tula Rashi over here will create lot of affairs.
This is not Tula Rashi, na?
7 is Tula, na? Libra.
Tula Rashi, okay.
Tula Rashi in the 5th house.
Hmm.
See, when Ketu sits in the 5th house, remember this, when Ketu sits in the 5th house, it will either create disinterest in love affairs, or that person will have a very deep love affair and Ketu will break it and turn him towards spirituality. See, wherever Ketu is there, because of that house, you will become spiritual. Remember that. Wherever Ketu is there, he will break you in that particular department and will turn you towards spirituality. If Ketu is sitting in the 5th house, then
Wherever
your
it is.
children and then your girlfriend will be the reason why you will become spiritual. Why will you become spiritual? Because they will torture you so much.
Okay.
You understand? If the Ketu is in the 1st house, you will face so many hardships in life that you will become spiritual. If Ketu is in the 2nd house, because of your family, you will get so many cheatings from your family. Money cheatings. Financial fraud will happen to you. You will become spiritual. If the Ketu is in the 3rd house, because of your younger siblings, they will cheat you. You will become spiritual. 4th house, your mother will be very spiritual. Real estate property losses, you will become spiritual. 10th house, because of profession, you will become spiritual. You understand?
7th house, my family.
7th house, your wife.
Wife, partners, business.
Yeah, wife, partner, business. See, when you're saying wife, you cannot say only look at D1. You have to look at even D9, Navamsha also. In D9 also the 7th house has Ketu, then that's it, you're gone. But D9 7th house is good.
Okay.
D9 is good, overall chart dignity. Then you will not have so much problem with your wife. But if D10 7th house is bad and D1 7th house is bad, that means business, because of business you will get into spirituality. You will have so much losses, your partners will cheat you.
D9 7th, how to see that one?
Same thing, sir. If the 7th lord is good, 7th house, good planets are sitting, they are aspecting, then it's good. Like the way you are analyzing D1 chart, same way you analyze D9 chart also. Look at the 7th lord, where it is sitting, which planets are sitting
From
in
Lagna. Wherever.
Yeah, same from Lagna.
In D9, wherever it Lagna.
Same like this only. D9 also will be like this only. Lagna and position of other planets like this. See what they are doing, they are dividing it into 9. The 7th house, they are dividing it into 9 parts, degree wise, and then they are again mapping the planets and putting it. See, that's where we are extraordinary in astrology. No other astrological system has it. Western has copied and they've got maximum Gochar chart, that's it. They use only Gochar chart. We have the Lagna chart and we have 16 divisional charts, and some people have done research and they've got more divisional charts. So D7 chart also you have to analyze. If D7 chart also Ketu in bad dignity, that means you are gone. You will have a wife who will torture you so much that you will finally commit suicide or you will become a sannyasi.
D7 chart.
In 7th house, see,
D9
wherever Ketu sits, that house, because of that you will become spiritual. Ketu will make you get into spirituality by breaking you. Jupiter, Mercury, Venus will make you get into spirituality by motivating you, love towards God. Shani, Rahu, Ketu, Rahu will not get you into spirituality. Rahu will get you into materialism. He will make you a bhogi. Wherever Rahu sits, you will be obsessed with that particular aspect. If Rahu is sitting in 7th house, you will be obsessed with your wife. If Rahu is in your 4th house, you will be obsessed with your mother. Rahu is in your 1st house, you will be obsessed about yourself, your body, your appearance, your image. 2nd house, your family. 3rd house, your brothers. 5th house, education, children. 6th house, you are always thinking of enemies. You are obsessed with enemies. You are obsessed with money. You are obsessed with pets. 6th house is pets. You understand? 8th house, obsessed with occult, tantra, astrology, research.
8th house.
Yes, 8th house is research. Good 8th house will give you PhD, doctorate.
How to see, sir?
Same
How to
thing.
see the faculties there?
Sir, what is this, sir? 8th house, what are the planets sitting? What is the dignity? What happened to you, sir?
That, sir, can you please see my chart? Then
Not your chart.
I can understand. In my chart, 7th house is Ketu, but not 8th house.
Sir, don't worry. Your chart, there is no problem in marriage. Your chart, 7th house is Ketu, but your Navamsha is good.
No, not marriage, sir.
See,
Navamsha is in 4th house. Ketu is in 4th house.
see, what is there in 7th house? See,
But there is no 7th house is there. That means
nothing is there in 7th
in
house, na?
Navamsha, no
nothing to
planet
worry.
is there.
Nothing to worry then.
Yes.
Now, a good, how will you know a
No, sir.
plan, a person has a good
What
8th
I'm
house or not?
Occult, about the occult.
About occult.
Sorry, your voice is disconnected.
Anything, Rahu, Ketu, anything sitting occult. Are you able to see the screen?
Which house? 8th house.
No, are you able to see the screen?
Only, na? Yes, I'm watching, but something is disconnected. Sir, net is not correct. Net is not good.
It's not coming?
Now I am able.
Now we are able to see? You're able to see now? Hello?
No screen is clear, sir. No, sir, no. Not able to. Now I know. Now I am able to see.
Okay. Okay, now what is the planet sitting in the 8th house?
Ketu.
Okay. Now Ketu is in what position here?
What position is?
Tell me the dignity of Ketu, sir. Hello? Hello?
Sir, remember, sir.
I can hear you. Tell me what is the Ketu's dignity in this chart?
No, it's disconnected, sir. Your total everything is disconnected and reconnected.
Can you see the screen?
No.
Can you see the screen?
No, sir, no.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes. No, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now I am taking a simple Kalpurush Kundli. Okay. Now tell me how is the 8th house?
Eighth house is Vrishchika Rashi, sir.
8th house is Vrishchika Rashi, agreed. But what is the dignity?
Exalts.
8th house exalted. And what else?
Markasthana.
Now tell me. 8th house is exalted. Ketu is sitting over here. And 9th Lord Jupiter is sitting over here.
Yes.
the 8th lord is getting exalted in the 10th house. So somehow
10th house.
8th house is connected to the profession. And 10th house is profession. And in exalted way.
Yes.
Ketu is the sign of occult. Ketu is the sign of the underworld. Ketu is the planet of the mystery. Ketu is the planet of astrology. It's exalted in the 8th house. 9th house Jupiter, who is also religion, spirituality, God, bhakti, puja part, is again sitting in the 8th house in a friendly house. Okay? 8th lord is sitting exalted in the 10th house. Can you say this person, this is the chart of a tantric or an astrologer? A world-class astrologer, not a normal astrologer.
Yes.
A world-class tantric or an astrologer?
Who is this, sir?
This is a random chart. But this can be a chart of a world-class astrologer or a tantric or a research scientist who is into research of the 8th house aspects. This could also be a research scientist. And he is doing particularly in 8th house related aspects. What are the 8th house? Scorpio. Scorpio is also manufacturing. Okay, rigging. The 8th house is also drilling. When you drill into the ground, oil rigs. So it could be a manufacturer. Again, it's sitting in the Makar. Makar is also manufacturing, mechanical, engineering. So it could also be a scientist in petroleum wells. You understand? Also, it could be insurance, something related to death. You understand? If sun aspect is there, suppose sun is sitting over here. Suppose sun is sitting in the 12th house, which is the house of illness. Okay? And aspecting the Ketu, and also there is Venus combination, then this could be a gynecologist. If moon is also involved. Moon or Venus is involved, then gynecologist. And if Mars is involved, then surgeon. You understand? Suppose I have moon over here. Okay, 4th house is again the strong house of moon. You understand? That's how you analyze a chart. You understand? 8th house is exalted, sun is aspecting the 8th house, sun is doctor, the 8th lord is exalted in the 10th house, moon is also aspecting, so this could also be a gynecologist, because 8th house is, for ladies it is the ovaries and uterus and all. Do you understand? If sun and moon you remove, if I simply look at it, it could be an astrologer. Or he could be a doctor. Later on, he started learning astrology. I know one AIMS doctor who became an astrologer. He still is a government secretary. He currently now is working in AIMS and is a top-notch doctor. He got astrology also. See, the way you are learning law, because the planets will manifest. They will give you results. It's a matter of time. All the tattvas we are studying about the planet, each and every tattva will be manifested. It's only a matter of time. When the dasha activates, the tattva gets activated. Do you understand? Because an exalted 8th house is there, this person, good chance, is a PhD in medicine. Because a strong 8th house will give you research. You go into deep, you start digging into it. It could be oil well, it could be digging in a...
Yours also 8th house Ketu is there?
Yes. Mine also 8th house is very strong. Mine 8th house is, I'll tell you, Jupiter, Moon and Saturn. That's the reason I did
Okay.
PhD. Your 8th house, without 8th house being strong and connected to 9th or 5th house, you cannot do PhD and deep research. See, 8th house makes you, isolates you, and you go dig. It can be physical digging, it can be mental digging. You dig into it, you go deeper and
But
deeper.
in
Lankapindal,
my
sir.
8th house, there is no planets are there. Then what, sir?
That doesn't matter. See, 8th house is
Hmm.
Lankapindalu. Lankapindalu ఏం చేస్తారు? You dig into it. You dig and you search for the
Yes.
treasure. That is 8th house. And unearned wealth. See, if your no planet is there in 8th house Lord is exalted, and 8th house Lord is getting benefic aspects, 8th house is getting benefit aspect. That's it, you're a PhD, na? There are no planets over here, but 8th house Lord, suppose it's getting exalted here.
Let us
Okay?
say, sir, let us say example. 8th house Lord is exalted in somewhere in the 5th house, but
Fifth-
retrograded. Then what?
retrograde gone again. Retrograde and combust planets will give you bad results.
Yes, exactly.
Or
Then there is no PhD.
listen, or you have to do PhD in astrology or tantra. You understand? When
Okay.
retrograde planets come, then you select a ulta pulta topic, unconventional topic. Everybody does PhD in science, maths, engineering, English. You are doing in tantra and astrology.
Mhm.
You understand? You have to do in
Okay.
that
Reverse.
unconventional topics.
Okay.
Then that's where astrology becomes important, na? Till now that has been your biggest disadvantage. Now that's your biggest advantage when you know astrology, because now you know how to encash.
Ah.
ठीक है ना?
Through reverse mechanism.
Exactly, reverse mechanism. You cannot do anything conventional.
Hmm.
Vakri planets, you cannot do
Okay.
anything conventional. What does Rahu do? Everybody marries arranged marriage. Rahu does love marriage. Everybody goes, settles in their own house.
Yes.
Rahu goes to foreign house and settles. He learns the foreign languages. He adapts the foreign religions. Rahu is retrograde, na? Rahu Ketu retrograde. Ketu,
Yes.
what does it do? Everybody looks outside. Ketu looks inside. Ketu is worried about looking inside. It's occult. You are looking inside yourself. So whenever a planet is retrograde, you have to do something unconventional. Then you are fantastic. You are king of that field.
Now
Okay?
I got it exactly. Exactly.
Now you are understanding, getting a hang of it. అర్థమైందా?
Till now, till now, I think I'm worrying, sir, about this retrograde planet. All this.
No. You should not be worried. It's a blessing to you. Sir, a person who is handling tantra, a normal person cannot do. He will die, he will puke blood.